So start your day, stay in the know.
Good morning.
Welcome to your morning shift.
Hey, hey.
We're breaking it down.
Good morning.
Shifts life, it's time to go. Bringing the vibe, the love, the lift. Welcome to your morning shift.
Good morning, y'all. Boy, we got some news for y'all today. Woo!
We're breaking it down.
Welcome to the day shift, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Go on ahead and grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your vitamins, and get ready for a little bit of news and information that you can use before we get started with the Tips, Topics, and Talk midday show. I'm Paulette, and I am the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide, which houses Brownstone Living Magazine, Cityscape Radio, and of course, brownstoneworldwide.com. So this morning, we're going to be jumping right into the news, heading over to some of our most favorite news sources, including Brownstone Worldwide. Come on in and join us so that we can get some of this news and information before you start your day. Shall we begin? Where do we want to begin? Oh, but I've got a good one for you. And this one is all about what is happening in the news today, because I don't know if anybody saw what you saw last night or yesterday, but I know what I saw, and we're going to be talking about that. All right, so let's see. One of the things that we want to definitely cover is what happened yesterday. Did y'all see it? Did anybody see it? I know I did. I know you saw it. And if I'm not mistaken, it was also on social media as well. So let's talk about it. But let's dig into some other things first. So Delta literally is giving each one of the passengers that was on that flight $30,000. So let's dig into that. So Delta is offering $30,000 to passengers of the Toronto crash as investigations continue. Delta Airlines announced it's going to provide $30,000 payments to each passenger on the Minnesota to Toronto flight that crashed and overturned upon landing at Toronto Pearson Airport this week. The payment is described as a good faith gesture, with a Delta spokesperson confirming that accepting it will not impact passengers' legal rights. Now, this ongoing investigation in airport disruptions, basically this accident, which resulted in 21 hospitalizations, is still under review and investigation as authorities work to determine the cause of the crash. 2 runways at Toronto Pearson Airport actually still remain closed and are affecting flight schedules and operations. Delta's move aligns with industry practices following aviation incidents, offering immediate financial relief while addressing potential legal concerns. And of course, those legal concerns are definitely something to be concerned about, especially from a business perspective. But they moved quickly, and it's a good PR move and a good legal move. Now, whether or not those people continue to say, I'm going to seek further legal action, is completely up to them. But I'm sure that there's a caveat that if you take this 30K, you cannot take us to court for anything else, because this is all you're going to get, right? We already know that it's a caveat that's a part of that, okay? And in good faith, a lot of people are definitely going to take that $30,000 and keep it moving, right? Because there's no telling how long you might be in litigation, how long investigation, waiting for all of the results to come back, as opposed to literally just doing what you got to do. And that is taking the money, basically. Good morning. Good morning to those of you all who are joining me today. This is The Day Shift. I'm Paulette. I'm the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide. You are literally paying attention to what's happening in the news so far this morning. And it's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I wonder how in the world. So remember yesterday, we got this alert that your president, this guy has called himself the king. He's called himself the king. You saw it. So according to news sources and according to what these two eyeballs right here saw, this guy has literally said that he is the king. He actually declares himself the king. But now let's put that in perspective, shall we? Because I actually talked about this yesterday. And we need to clarify exactly what happened and what kicked this off. But do not be dismayed or confused, because there's definitely something behind it. So President Donald Trump took to Truth Social on Wednesday to declare himself the savior of Manhattan drivers, posting "Long live the king" after voicing opposition to New York's congestion pricing plan. The toll program, which took effect on January 5th, charges most drivers about $9 to enter Manhattan below 60th Street, with the revenue intended to fund public transportation improvements. The policy actually targets high tariff traffic areas, including Times Square and the Empire State Building, in an effort to reduce congestion and pollution. So, Sean Duffy, Trump's nominee for Transportation Secretary, formally expressed the administration's opposition in a letter to New York Governor Kathy Hochul, arguing that the tolls unfairly burden commuters and businesses. Trump's public opposition to the plan aligns with his broader political messaging, appealing to drivers and businesses frustrated by rising costs. Now, his declaration of victory, however, comes without clear action to actually block the program, which actually, y'all, believe it or not, remains in place. So let's hear what she had to say. Are you ready?
At 1:01 p.m. today, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. At 1:58 p.m., President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. And we sure as hell are not going to start now.
All right. Now, we heard directly from her. She is hot as fish grease, as well as a lot of people in the press and in the news, very frustrated about what is happening behind the scenes. And so hang on just a minute, y'all. I got to handle some. All right. Now, there's something else that I wanted to bring to your attention. So we've heard from leadership in New York, but let's talk about the price of eggs. Have they gone down yet? Have you seen, the price of eggs go down yet? But let's talk about something else. Walmart is starting to get concerned because they're warning of slowing sales. I wonder why. As prices for everyday items rise, more people have been shopping at Walmart. The world's biggest retailer and first major name to report quarterly figures said Thursday that holiday quarter revenue increased 4% to a new record, continuing a post-pandemic streak. Looking forward, however, Walmart is forecasting lower than anticipated full year sales as it contends with an unpredictable geopolitical landscape and an uncertain economic environment, including a recent slowdown in retail sales. Tariffs were not factored into the guidance. I wonder what is. I'm curious. Does anybody have an idea why they would say that tariffs were not a part of that? Could it possibly be that, just like Target, they are starting to feel the impact a little bit? Not to say that everybody is boycotting Walmart or Sam's or even Buddy's, because a lot of people don't know that Buddy's is a part of Walmart as well. So maybe, just maybe, people are concerned. I got questions. Questions need answers. Do you think that maybe that's what it is and they don't want to talk about it? And so they're being politically correct and saying, oh, well, this couldn't very well be a part of that. It has to be because of another reason. And the reason still stands, folks. People are saying, no, I'm not going to shop there. That is why in this unpredictable geopolitical landscape, you're starting to see a slowdown in sales. That would be why. This is what I encourage you to do. If you are one of those folks who has decided that you will not be patronizing your Walmart, your Sam's Club, your Buddies, or the others like Aldi's and so forth, and now we have learned that several other companies have decided to kind of pull back on their DEI. People are starting to be more frugal with where they are spending their money or not spending it at all, and recognizing that they do have the power of the purse in their hands. And people are making a decision to either shop local, eat local, stay out of the major restaurant chains who have made a decision to be bullied into not recognizing people with diverse backgrounds, including those who need accessibility in public places. This is what we're talking about. We're not talking about people who look like me, or who may be Black or brown or female or whatever, who are unqualified getting jobs. I'm so over that particular narrative, but that's for Tips, Topics, and Talk. This is not that particular program. So we definitely wanted to bring that to your attention. Let's talk about a card merger that has put Visa and MasterCard on notice. Capital One and Discover shareholders voted to approve a proposed, y'all ready for this, $35 billion merger, setting the stage for the potential creation of a credit card powerhouse that could challenge Visa and MasterCard. The deal, however, still requires the green light from both the Federal Reserve and the Office of the Comptroller of Currency. Other possible obstacles could definitely include a number of lawsuits backed by consumer advocates who argued that the tie-up could lead to higher prices for low-income credit card users. What y'all think about that? How you feel about them apples? Cheers. Go ahead and sip your water. If you have your water, if you got your vitamins in your water or whatever, go ahead and grab that. And we're going to get to talking about what's happening with deportation. This came from the New York Times, and I absolutely had to share it. So we're gonna watch this together. If you are on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, on Brownstone Worldwide, on any of the platforms, you'll be able to watch it. But I definitely needed to share this with you guys so you all will know what is happening with the folks who are being deported. I think you all need to realize that they're not just being sent back to wherever they came from. Some of them are being held in Panama. Are you all ready for this? Let's talk about it, shall we?
You can see in this video, this is a family that's calling for help from this hotel where they're locked up. This woman is Artemis Qasimzadeh. She's a 27-year-old Iranian woman who fled Iran in search of a place to practice her religion freely. She converted to Christianity in Iran, which is punishable by death. Ms. Qasimzadeh is one of more than 100 other migrants from countries such as India, China, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, currently locked in a hotel in Panama City, waiting for their next steps. They are under armed guard. Their movements are limited within the hotel. The Panamanian government is not allowing journalists to come inside the hotel and interview the migrants. We, however, were able to connect with some of these migrants, and they told us that they were being held against their will. This is all part of President Trump's sweeping immigration crackdown. Trump has already sent deportation flights to Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, and India. But this is a new front in that deportation campaign, sending migrants from countries across the globe to a country that is not of their own. For countries like Iran, Afghanistan, and elsewhere where there aren't formal relations between the United States and those countries, he can't send them to their home countries. So instead, he sent them to a country that is under tremendous pressure to appease him, in Panama.
We're trying to work a deal with the Panama Canal. We either want it back or we're going to get something very strong.
And now we see the Panamanian government is willing to take migrants from a country far away and help the Trump administration to crack down on immigration. I've been reporting on immigration for 8 years now, and we don't see things like this happen. Panama says they are following protocol.
Ambos países declaran y declaramos que continuaremos trabajando de manera coordinada para enfrentar este desafío.
But obviously the migrants have argued that these conditions are inhumane and unacceptable. You could sense their desperation, their anxiety, their fear, their inability to understand what was going to come next. We were told by migrants that there had been a suicide attempt of one of the migrants. The migrant tried to escape from the hotel. Because these migrants are not on American soil under American laws, there is no precedent for how they will be treated. But Panama is not the only country willing to take these deportees. Costa Rica has already announced this week that they are also willing to take in migrants from other countries. President Trump is bringing in other countries to create a deportation machine that he hopes will be efficient enough to carry out his mass crackdown.
All right, you saw and heard it first. What's happening is, if you are on TikTok, you might have noticed that you could hear it. But what's happened is that you ready for this? Sit down. Your tax-paying dollars, if you're an American citizen, is paying for these folks to being shipped off to Panama. And now Costa Rica is in talks. They are shipping people that are not from Panama, from other countries like Guatemala and Mexico and so forth, to hotels. And they are locking people into rooms in the hotels. And the people have signs up saying, "Help us, please help. Please help. We need help." And there's no one there that is helping them at all. You need to know this. They won't let journalists in. They won't let anyone talk to them. They're putting signs on the windows. I will be sharing this a little bit later on after this particular broadcast, because you need to see this for yourself. Do not be dismayed or disillusioned into thinking that they are just taking people and sending them, quote unquote, back to just Mexico. I need you all to hear me on this. This is actually happening. And this is not about me fear mongering. I literally have been paying attention to this, and I thought now it's time for me to share this with my particular audience. And I want you all to be completely aware that what happened yesterday, even with him making that declaration and the Instagram account for the White House to make that declaration, even in jest and as humor and funny, is literally setting a bad precedent for what is to be expected from this particular administration in the future. And that is more foolery and more confusion to keep the American people completely confused and focused on the wrong things while things are happening in the background. Now, I talked about this on my TikTok yesterday evening when I finally had enough, and people were sending me the images because they're like, "You should talk about this. You should talk about this." There's nothing to talk about. There's absolutely nothing to talk about. What we need to be talking about is we're getting away from the bigger picture of what's still happening right now with an unelected official who has not gone through any kind of confirmation hearings, who is literally trudging through years and years and years of data and destroying it in less than 24 hours. Let's talk about the Social Security Administration, shall we? Now, this is an article that was posted yesterday on Brownstone Worldwide. We talked about what's happening with the Social Security Administration and how Musk and Trump are saying that millions of dollars have been given erroneously to or fraudulently to deceased individuals. Well, if you have worked or have a family member that has passed away who was receiving any kind of Social Security benefits, do you all know that the funeral home that handles the death certificate literally has to file with the Social Security Administration that a loved one has been deceased, and it freezes all banks and assets and everything so that they do not get another Social Security benefit? Did y'all know that? I bet Musk and his little babies didn't know, his little ducklings. I want you all to remember that, because they're hoping that everybody is as dumb as a box of rocks as they hope that we are. But it's bigger than that, right? So we still have other things that are of a concern for all of us. And I still want us to continue to pay attention to other things that are happening, okay? So once again, if you are not familiar with who I am, my name is Paulette. I am the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide, which houses brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio, and Brownstone Living Magazine. Now, for those of you all who have not gotten your free issue of Brownstone Living Magazine, you can go ahead and get your free copy available in the Stand store. If you are, pay attention, folks, pay attention. If you are, let me see if I can pull it up over here so you guys can see it. Totally unprepared today. That's how it feels. But I'm going to take a look and see if I can find it so you all can see this beautiful Black History cover. It is so beautiful. So hopefully, I couldn't get it to load yesterday, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's still not, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not loading. But anyway, all right, so let's talk about the HR plug. So the HR plug is coming. The Unplug experience. If you are a human resource professional, you definitely want to be in Atlanta on April 2nd through the 4th. It is for HR professionals. It is for HR business leaders. It is for HR generalists. You want to head over to experienceunplug.com, experienceunplug.com. And you want to make sure that you are in the building because Brownstone Worldwide is going to be there. We're going to be covering the event. And we're going to be sharing with you what it's like to be at one of these events. It is absolutely, it's amazing. You don't want to miss that. Now, another thing that we definitely want to talk about here in the Brownstone is we want to talk about a couple of things that have always been a part of Brownstone Worldwide. And let's talk about it really, really quick. We want to talk about Brownstone Blends. So Brownstone Blends has been a part of Brownstone Worldwide now for 4 years. And if you want your own box of Brownstone Blends, you can actually go ahead and order them in the Stand store. Brownstone Blends is a box of 4 blends, starting with your everyday blends, your garlic, lemon, pepper. You also have turmeric jerk and cinnamon, nutmeg, and sugar blends. It also comes with 4 recipe cards and its own kitchen towel set. If you want yours, you can head over to brownstoneworldwide.com, and you can also check out, of course, the Stand store so you can have it, order it, and have it sent to the address of your choice. You can even use it as gifts. Pretty cool gift. All right. Now, let's get into some other news and information that you can use so you can go about your day and be ready for what is coming up next, which is Wake Up Happy Sis at 10 a.m. with Leanne Dulce and co-host Sharonda Seeley. They will be airing and broadcasting live on Cityscape Radio, at which is also the podcasting app and the website, as well as on Brownstone Worldwide's YouTube and BWTV. All right. Kamala Harris is actually signing with CAA for speaking engagements and publishing deals. Let me explain something to y'all. This ought to be enough for you all to know right now that she is done. She is officially off the market. Okay. And what that means is Miss Girl is getting ready to do what she wants to do with her time. Former Vice President Kamala Harris has signed with Creative Artists Agency, joining a powerhouse roster that includes former President Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, and high-profile political figures like Beto O'Rourke. In a statement, CAA confirmed it will represent Harris across multiple areas with a strong focus on speaking engagements and publishing opportunities. The Los Angeles-based talent agency previously worked with Harris during her time as a California senator. A return to public engagement. Since ending her 2024 presidential campaign in November, Harris has largely stepped back from the public eye. However, she recently made an appearance at the Broadway production of A Wonderful World, the Louis Armstrong musical, where she delivered remarks to the cast and crew, which you can see on social media. With Harris now on board, CAA continues to expand its influence in the political and cultural space. The agency represents top Democratic figures as well as Harris supporters like Beyonce and Trevor Noah, according to Newsweek. Okay, so congratulations to her for moving on, while your current president says that he is king after opposing Manhattan's congestion pricing plan. Apple actually unveils the new iPhone 16e. It's $599, folks, $599. And it features an in-house C1 modem in break from Qualcomm. Let's talk about that. So Apple is officially introducing the iPhone 16e, a lower cost model priced at $599, marking a critical test for the company's first in-house 5G modem chip, the C1. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, this move brings Apple one step closer to cutting ties with Qualcomm, which has long supplied the tech giant's cellular modem chips. That's huge, y'all. Now, key features of the iPhone 16e are going to be this: the C1 5G modem, Apple's first in-house modem, which could lead to improved network performance and battery efficiency. No home button. The Touch ID fingerprint sensor is gone, replaced with Face ID for biometric security. Higher than expected pricing. At $599, though, the iPhone 16e costs more than analysts anticipated, positioning it between budget and premium models. Now, by testing the C1 modem in the iPhone 16e, Apple is laying the groundwork to eventually bring its own modem technology to flagship models like the iPhone 17 Pro, and further reducing its reliance on Qualcomm's 5G chips. Now, as they continue to expand its in-house chip development, the iPhone 16e serves as a pivotal step in the company's efforts to control its entire hardware system. Very interesting, don't y'all think? Now, a couple of things that we're going to be covering on Brownstone Worldwide today is some of the sales that you might have missed. Don't forget to check out Kohl's is having a sale, 15% off select home devices and home items, including bedding. Okay, there is a promo code, and you can get that at brownstoneworldwide.com. Walgreens is buy one, get one free of select nature-made products. GNC is still running their sale, and that actually ends at the end of this month. It's buy two of their GNC branded products, get one free, and that's on all GNC brands. So go ahead and stock up. Now's a good time to do that. Wayfair is having a spring furniture sale right now. You can go ahead and check them out as well. We'll be sharing more images today with you all on brownstoneworldwide.com under deals and coupons. Adidas is having a sale, and I talked about this yesterday when I first introduced the sale, that the Cloud Foam shoes are absolutely amazing. Go ahead and check those out as well. Here's what I would like for you all to do. We're heading towards the end of the month. You got 8 more days to check out Brownstone Living Magazine for the month of February for Black History Month. Mr. Freddie Taylor, CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals, is on the cover. He is the founder of the Black History flashcards that have gained in popularity in educational facilities and in homes for those folks who want to learn more about Black history and teach it to themselves and to others. So that's another pretty cool thing. We've got a Costco membership discount, y'all. Did you hear what I said? A Costco membership discount is available. Here's another one. Hey Dude has 30% off. Anybody familiar with the Hey Dude shoes? We got a 30% off code we want to share with you. And QVC Dyson Air Wrap is currently available. We're going to be sharing that with you guys as well. All right. A couple of other things that are in the news that we want to definitely share with you all. With Brownstone Worldwide, before we get up out of here for the day, don't forget at 10 a.m. you'll be able to check out Wake Up Happy Sis. The NBA All-Star Game ratings have dropped 13%. Did y'all know that? While NHL's Four Nations Face-Off surges, the 2024 NBA All-Star Game recorded its second lowest viewership in history, drawing an average audience of 4.7 million viewers on Sunday. Ratings were down 13% from last year, continuing a trend of declining interest in the league's mid-season showcase. Now, not only did the All-Star Game itself struggle, but all All-Star Saturday night events did, including the slam dunk contest and the three-point shootout. It hit an all-time low in viewership, signaling broader concerns about fan engagement with the format. Now, while the NBA faced declining numbers, the National Hockey League's new Four Nations Face-Off tournament proved to be a ratings success. The U.S. and Canada showdown on Saturday became the most watched non-Stanley Cup hockey game since 2019, highlighting renewed interest in international competition over the league's traditional All-Star Game format. Now, the NBA may actually need to rethink its All-Star Weekend to recapture fan interest, while the NHL's Four Nations Face-Off experiment could reshape how the league approaches mid-season events in the future. How interesting is that? All right, you guys, a couple of other things that I definitely wanted to share with you all before we get up out of here. And we want to share some good stuff with you guys. All right. So Mitch McConnell is 83 today, y'all. Today is his birthday. Sandy Duncan, some of you guys remember her from back in the day, 79. Charles Barkley turns 62 today. Cindy Crawford is 59, y'all. 59. Rihanna turns 37 today. And Trevor Noah of The Daily Show is 41. Now, here's a couple of things that you need to know. This is a news attack for you all. Research shows that each cockroach has its own individual personality. I don't even want to think about that. Who comes up with this stuff? Who literally researches this stuff? Wacky but true. Woman fined for cat poster. A woman in London has been fined after putting up missing cat posters. She was eventually reunited with her cat, but later received a $150 fine for violating a rule which bans flyers and graffiti. And I'm sure it was well worth what she did. Are your pets allowed to sleep in your bed? 2 out of 3 dog and cat owners, that's actually 67% of those who were surveyed, routinely bed down with their furry friends. Men and women were asked who's more disturbing to their sleep, pets or partners. Overall, 51% said it's their partner who's the disturbance, while 38% felt it was their pet. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't never had a dog sleep with me. Now, when my daughter got her first pet, his name was Bailey. He was a dachshund. She carried him around like he was a baby. And he slept in the bed with her, and I would argue her up and down, do not sleep with that dog in the bed, do not sleep. And I would get up in the middle of the night, and he would be in the bed with her. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a time. But I'm not sleeping with no dog. It's not happening. You can sleep at the foot of the bed. You can even sleep in your little bed if that's what you choose to do. But you're not sleeping in the bed with me. How about that? All right. Now, a couple of other things that we want to make sure that you do is to grab your pen and your paper. Grab your pen and your paper, folks. Are you ready? It is time to do your 6 list for today. Okay. If you are new here, this is what we do during our day shift programming. It used to be part of Tips, Topics, and Talk. And then I learned that I was doing too much, and the Tips, Topics, and Talk became 2 hours. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to split the day up. And it became the day shift. And then it became this. Well, it's still morning. And if you have not written down the 6 most important things that you need to do for today, now's the time to do it. As you can see, I literally have like 8 things here, right? But I've already done a couple of them already, okay? And we'll be preparing for Tips, Topics, and Talk midday. We're also preparing for the release of Brownstone Living Magazine for the month of March, which we know is Women's Month. And so we'll be sharing some information about how you can get your digital copy of Brownstone Living Magazine for the month of March. For now, go ahead and check out the back issues of Brownstone Living Magazine. All you got to do is click on the neighborhood and choose the magazine at brownstoneworldwide.com. All right. Now, write down the 6 most important things that you have to do for today. The 6 most important things that you have to do for today. Start crossing them off as you finish them. As you can see, the first 2 things of my day are already crossed off, right? If you do not finish all of the things on your 6 list, what do you think you should do? Those items need to become number 1 for the very first few things that you need to do for the next day for your 6 list. If you continue in this fashion with an ultimate goal in mind, you will be able to see accomplishments happen. I have been using lists since I can remember, and writing them down are amazing. Something else that you might want to do is, if you have your phone, one of the things that I do is I set alarms. So sometimes I will set alarms for myself with this particular phone. And I'll say, oh, okay, well, I'll give myself an hour to do this. And then once that hour is done, if I wasn't able to complete that, then it also becomes a part of my 6 list. Now, if you want a free download of a 6 list example and a daily journal, it is available in the Stan Store for absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a thing. All you got to do is click the link and go ahead and download it. All right. Now, let's go over a couple of other things before we end today's broadcast for the day shift. We're going to be talking about a couple of things today. Now, Leanne just posted to me, today's show is all about, and this is on Brownstone Worldwide. So one of our air personalities, we call them the people in the neighborhood, y'all, right? So Leanne Dulce and Wake Up Happy Sis begins at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. The show today is all about powerful Black women, and she has 2 amazing guests that are going to be on the show today. If you ever miss any one of our shows that airs on the Brownstone, you can always head over to YouTube and check out any one of our podcast shows from Wake Up Happy Sis with Dr. Michelle Josie. We have Marshawn Olanio of Love Restored. We have, of course, Leanne Dulce, who airs twice per week, just like Dr. Michelle does. And it's always such really, really rich and good shows. You don't want to miss them, because Wake Up Happy Sis is all about self-care. It's all about learning how to put you first so that you can serve better. And also understanding that you don't owe anybody anything except your inner peace. How's that? Which a lot of us really need right now. A lot of us really, really need some inner peace. All right. Now, a couple of other things that we definitely want to talk to you guys about is also, let me finish telling y'all about who else is coming to the Brownstone. So we have Breakfast with Vernell that actually starts in March. And then we also have 3 new songs. So you all heard the day shift song, but we also have Welcome to the Neighborhood, and we also have Brownstone Worldwide, right? So those are 3 new songs that you'll be hearing a lot of. And let's see. What else we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to make sure that I have everything that I need right here. There was something else I was going to tell y'all. It really, really was. And I have totally forgotten what it is. So this is where I'm going to end the show, because it usually is about 45 minutes. But here's what we're going to do. Come back, come hang out with me. We're going to be sharing more news and information that you can use, because, of course, I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open. And from here on out, you'll be able to hang out with me at about 11:50-ish or so. You got it? 11:50-ish or so, right? Okay, so about 12 noon, we'll go live for Tips, Topics, and Talk. Get ready for the upcoming show with Leanne Dulce with Wake Up Happy Sis. And you can go ahead and follow her at Wake Up Happy Sis on all social media platforms. You can also start following Brownstone Worldwide at Substack. All of the podcast shows will be available there as well, including news programs like these. So we will see you this afternoon in the Brownstone Kitchen for Tips, Topics, and Talk. You guys, it's been real. Of course, y'all know I'm going to share with you all the cover of Brownstone Living Magazine so you can see it for yourself. It's pretty cute. I like it. I don't know about nobody else, but I think it's real cute. I think it's really, really cute. All right, here we go. So this is the cover of Brownstone Living Magazine. If you have not seen it, Mr. Freddie Taylor. How did that happen? Oh, I think my computer died. I didn't charge my phone. I didn't charge my tablet. Y'all, we out of here. So I'm going to have to charge my tablet. So anyway, I'll see you guys this afternoon for Tips, Topics, and Talk. Go ahead and enjoy the majority of your day. Don't let this news and stuff get to you. Remember, this is all a distraction. It's all a distraction. And remember what I said. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You're going to have to get out here and save yourself. But we'll see you this afternoon for Tips, Topics, and Talk. Listen, get out there and enjoy your day. We'll see you around.